Richard Waterbury, and we're going to start him first because he's such a team player. To make this call first thing, he's got to be at work at 3 a.m. in the morning. Richard, I'm so glad you came on this call. Would you please tell us what's going on with the Joy to Live products with you and your wife? Richard, you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you for having me, Donna. My wife was diagnosed with MRSA, thyroid cancer, stage 4.5, and lymph node cancer. And they told her that, well, at this one hospital, they said that, you know, she was dying because of the MRSA. It was so bad. And they expected maybe 30 days, give or take. And when they went to open her up, her thyroid, they closed her right back up because it was so bad. So we had to bring her to a larger hospital. And they gave her 4 to 6 months to live, being nice. And they told us whatever we do, natural products would never work. You know, as chemo or radiation, or in having the surgery, having the thyroid removed. And I get a little emotional about this even still. And it's been a year, by the way. But we didn't listen to the doctor. My wife and I talked together, and she chose to take a different route. And she started taking some other companies' products, and they were working. But the magical thing, when we started Joy to Live products, that's when her life completely changed. And what she was doing is she was taking the Fulvia product, the Silver, the Infinity, and the Aerobia, and the Elixir-Blast. And by taking all those in large quantities, because she didn't have much time, her body was able to get the nutrition from it, and her body completely healed from it. And if you met my wife now, you would never know that she had cancer. And her energy all came back. And the doctors are just in shock. And what was really neat is I had to sneak the Silver in because they would not allow me to put it on her. And so twice a day, I rubbed her feet with the Silver, and she'd go and put it on her neck. When she got out of the hospital, because the MRSA was completely gone because of the Silver. 2 months later, we went back to the hospital. They took a camera, went through her nose and down into her esophagus, and I've never seen doctors in such shock in my entire life. They stared at this 32-inch screen for like 4 or 5 minutes in complete silence. It was just priceless. And I myself was in shock because I knew how bad she was. And when the doctor, when we first went there, he took that camera and looked, and you should have saw his face. He almost started crying. And all the doctors were just speechless. I mean, it looked like nothing happened. It was completely, the esophagus was completely straight. And mind you, because of the right side of the neck, it was, the lymph nodes were so swollen that it pushed, and then the thyroid was so large that it pushed the esophagus over 2 inches to the left. And it was completely straight, and the color of the esophagus was normal. And they were just in shock because they said if the trach was to be ever taken out, she would die. And so they allowed the trach to be taken out because there was no need. And skin already grew over it and was blocking the trach. So the trach really wasn't in her esophagus. But yeah, these products are very, very powerful. My wife loves the company. I do, because I truly believe these products saved my wife's life. And we were trying these other companies, And one actually was a natural product. I won't mention the company's name, but made her worse. And we got a little scared, so we're being very, very cautious. But she goes and shovels snow. She does everything normal, because her vitality all came back. And I truly believe all those minerals that's in that Fulvia is what really did it. So, and the silver is what took care of the MRSA. And because they did some blood work, they were doing it like every 4 hours. And they said she can't leave until the MRSA is gone. So it took 3 weeks to kill the MRSA because her whole body was completely full of MRSA. And that's why they gave her less than 30 days to live. But then when the MRSA was gone and they don't understand what happened, they think their stuff worked. And the one doctor where I live said their stuff, they're giving it a little bit more and would kill her. And they said it's not working. So we went to Milwaukee, which is an hour south of us, Frederick Hospital, and that's a huge hospital. And, they had the #1 cancer doctor there at Frederick tell us that if she doesn't have this, and she may not even make it off the operating table. That's how sick she was. They called it unique. That's when you really get concerned when a doctor calls it unique. You can't get it any worse than that. That is the worst. And because he was explaining it, they've never seen how bad it was in her vocal cords and everywhere. It just spread like wildfire. And for this product to take care of something so bad and bring allow your body to bring back to its natural state, that's huge. And I have pictures before and after, and we have so many people that's seen her, and they're in shock. Are you sure she's okay? Well, here she is. A year later, they still call me because they think in their minds that she's dead, because they believe in the doctors. I love the doctors, but nutrition is truly the answer. When I was 34 years old, I'm 45 now, a doctor said I had colon cancer. Well, I did almost the same program that my wife did, and here I am today, normal. So when you take high-quality products and you do these programs and you stick with them, because I know some people stick with them and then they go off them. In cases of illness, you have to stick with them for quite a while to build your system up. And my wife and I have been studying nutrition for 20 years. And I truly believe that if we didn't have the information that we have at our hands now and the knowledge, I don't think she would have went this way. Because you really got to know what you're doing.
Oh, I'll tell you, Richard, when your story just blows my mind, because I was a registered nurse for 20 years. A lot of that was in the intensive coronary care unit. And when you were telling me about my wife, that is just phenomenal. And you've got the pictures to show it. And I know we're kind of running out of little time here, but Richard, you had some problems too. You'd fallen off a scaffold or something. But what did you tell me last week, that you're bald and your hair's growing back?
Yes.
Tell them. I mean, you said.
Well, there's two things. I hurt myself on a ladder. Not a ladder, but I fell off a deck, and I was in really bad pain. And my wife gave me 2 capsules of Fulvia, and within 30 minutes, my pain was gone. I'm like, what did you give me? I thought she gave me like a painkiller. And she said, I just gave you a couple of Fulvia. So that is truly awesome. And then the other thing is, on my head, it's light, but it's starting to get thicker, but my hair is actually coming back. So what really excites me is my wife's grayness. She was really super gray. 50% of that gray hair is gone. It went back, like John Austin talks about those monkeys. Just ask them. It works. So we're taking pictures, and it's just an awesome. I mean, I could rattle on for hours. I'm so grateful, and I thank you, John, too.
Well, Richard, I appreciate you jumping on this call because I know you were asleep and you got to be work at 3. Thank you for sharing that.